Okay, so we are live now.
नाम न जाने धाम न जाने, जाने न सेवा पूजा, जाने बस इतना अजान हम, एक बिना नहीं दूजा, नहीं दूजा। तुम आशा विश्वास हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे रामा, तुम आशा विश्वास हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे। तात मात तुम बंधु भ्रात हो, दिवस रात्रि संध्या प्रभात हो। तात मात तुम बंधु भ्रात हो, दिवस रात्रि संध्या प्रभात हो। दीपक सूर्य चंद्र तारक में रामा, तुम ही ज्योति प्रकाश हमारे रामा, तुम आशा विश्वास हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे। सांसों में तुम आते जाते, एक तुम ही से है सब नाते। सांसों में तुम आते जाते, एक तुम ही से है सब नाते। जीवन बन के इस पतझर में रामा, एक तुम ही मधुमास हमारे रामा, तुम आशा विश्वास हमारे, तुम धरती आकाश हमारे रामा, हमारे दाता हमारे, तुम आशा विश्वास हमारे।
Namaste. My humble pranam to Swami Niranjanananda, and also for guidance, Swami Nirmalananda. I welcome you all. First, I thank Mr. Mahajani for Shankanad and Leela for her melodious song. Today is a special day and we celebrate it as Knowledge Day. So we learn something new, and that Sankalpa we do something new to lead a qualitative life, and also we celebrate the victory of goodness and destroying evil. Today we express our gratitude towards all those people who helped us survive and giving us this gift of life. So I express my gratitude from bottom of my heart. I appreciate that all AMI Yoga teachers are involved in guiding people towards health, harmony, and peace. Megha, with her committed, sincere team, talking or taking live all this institute to the next level, at the higher level of yoga. And as I said, that's something new you will learn. So today, Dr. Kaustubh will share his experiences and intricate points of yoga, how to practice and how to develop inner awareness. He is a strong pillar of our AMI Yoga Institute. So over to Kaustubh, and thank you all.
Am I audible to everybody? Aditya, am I audible?
Yes,
Pranam
sir.
to everyone. Pranam to our gurus, Swami Satyananda Saraswati, Swami Niranjananand Saraswati, and warm greetings to all of you on this auspicious day of Vijayadashmi, where, as ma'am said, it signifies the triumph of good over evil. And on that day, we will try and explore what yoga really is, what yoga is not, and things like that. So, first of all, let us understand what is yoga. Very loosely understood yoga, people talk about as, well, I do asanas, I do pranayama, and people say I am performing yoga. But is that really yoga? A few concentration practices, a few asanas, a few pranayams here and there. Is that really yoga? No, it is not. Yoga is actually a state in which you exist. What is that state? At a metaphoric level, Patanjali has described as yoga is that state, that union when your individual consciousness fuses with the eternal or the cosmic consciousness. So now one has to understand what is consciousness. It's a esoteric concept, but let us try to understand it at a very, very simplistic level. Consciousness is that database of knowledge which is all pervading. That database, which from where the laws of science originate, the laws of the universe originate. Now, what does this mean? Let us kind of try and take an example. It is said that the creation began with the Big Bang. Now, when did the Big Bang happen? What existed before the Big Bang? It is said that all of energy was concentrated into a point. And when that energy could not stay within that point, the Big Bang took place and it started expanding, and energy started getting converted into matter, and the universe is expanding gradually. Now, all laws of physics, all laws of science explain things to a certain point, but can we explain who formed the rule that when energy gets concentrated into a point, it will break open, the Big Bang will happen? Who defined that? There must be a body of knowledge which governs everything. Water gets formed when two molecules of hydrogen combine with a molecule of two atoms of hydrogen combine with an atom of molecule. But who formed the rule that it has to be two of hydrogen and one of oxygen? Who formed the rule that positives will attract negatives? Who formed the rule that a positive pole will attract a negative pole? Where did these laws come from? So beyond the point, scientific explanation kind of can't explain why. And when our ancient rishis, munis, etc., reached that point, they defined that bank of knowledge which creates the various laws which govern the universe. That bank of knowledge, they called it as consciousness or Purusha, the all-knowing. All-knowing without a shape, without a form, but it is a universal pervading data bank or database of knowledge. That's what universal consciousness means. Now, let us come to the concept of individual consciousness. That consciousness which exists, that data bank of knowledge which exists around, also exists within us. But it is limited by our understanding, it is limited by our egos, it is limited by our perceptions, our biases. And those biases and perceptions stop us from understanding that universal consciousness which is actually within, that these layers of ego or layers of biases and perception stop us from connecting with that overall consciousness. So what then is individual consciousness? If you take a bucket of water, there is water in it. And if I take water out of that bucket with the help of this bottle, some water comes in here and it is covered by this glass. And that glass is the container in which that consciousness is held. But the glass starts believing that I am limited by the external glass and I am not connected with the water from the bucket. Now, when that happens, we can say that we are trapped in our individual consciousness. And when the glass starts breaking and the water from the bottle starts fusing with the bottle from the bucket, that's when individual consciousness kind of fuses with the universal consciousness. Now, how does this happen? How do we unravel these peels of biases, perceptions, individual ego, etc.? That the journey on that path is what is the practice of yoga. But yoga is not the practice. Yoga is the state of fusion between this individual consciousness and the supreme consciousness. So let us understand what Patanjali talked about. Describe Patanjali as the famous sutra, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Now, Chitta, very loosely it is translated as the mind. But Chitta has to be understood as the individual consciousness, that bank of knowledge that exists within, but is restricted by the, so to say, biases, perceptions that we have. And when those biases, perceptions start going away, that's when fusion happens. And for that, the fluctuations of the individual consciousness have to be kind of managed, have to be mastered. That's where he talks about yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti nirodha means the vrittis, the fluctuations of the individual consciousness need to be controlled, need to be managed, and gradually need to be stopped. That's when the glass bottle, the glass covering of the bottle will break and the two waters can fuse. That means individual consciousness can fuse with the universal consciousness. That's what chitta vritti nirodha means. Now, considering that yoga is a state, very loosely we understand the practices as yoga. So let us get this differentiation clear. What is that state? That state is the state of equanimity, as Lord Krishna talks about in the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga samatvam uchyate. Samatvam is that state of equanimity. State of equanimity means the state in which we operate from the point of view of what is right, not because what we like to do or what we don't like to do. So yoga samatvam uchyate means that is the highest form of equanimity, wherein actions happen because we do the right thing, not because we like to do something or we don't like to do something. So when one reaches or one transcends the likes and dislikes of an individual and the action is done because it is the right action to be done, that is when we achieve our true dharma. That is when we act from the genesis or the root of dharma and not from desire to achieve something, to get something that's good and to avoid something that is bad. That is desire. So yoga samatvam uchyate means when actions happen from that state of equanimity which transcends individual likes and dislikes. Now, how does this happen? This will happen only when our mind is focused and not fluctuating from because of external inputs coming in from the surroundings. When our mind is inward, when our mind is concentrated, when our mind is focused. So the first thing that one must achieve is a single one-pointed mind. And for that, we need to become aware of what is happening in the mind, because we can manage the mind only when we understand how the mind operates. So that's where the practice of yoga begins. That is the asanas, pranayams, etc., etc., etc. So what are asanas? Asanas are some practices which enable our awareness to come inward and hence the mind to become focused. So let us kind of practice something today to kind of understand these final details. So let us first practice a very simple, I wouldn't call it meditation, I would just call it a practice of concentration. How we can use our own sense organs, which people say are the ones which actually fluctuate our mind, but let us use our sense organs to become more aware and more focused. So let us practice one simple practice. All of you sit in a comfortable position wherever you are, eyes closed. Become aware of your entire body. Become aware of your breathing. Feel the breath entering the nostrils, going down the respiratory tract. Feel the breath coming up the respiratory tract and out of the nostrils. Bring your awareness completely on your breathing. Become aware of the touch of the floor on which you're sitting or the chair on which you're sitting. Feel the touch all along your bottom. As you exhale, your body keeps relaxing. And as you relax, the muscles in the body also relax. And as the muscles relax, notice that more and more area of your bottom comes in contact with the floor. Become aware of all these sensations. Become aware of the gentle breeze that the fan is throwing onto you, or the coolness of the air conditioner if you're sitting in an air conditioned room. Feel that gentle breeze on the exposed portions of your skin, on your face, on your arms. Feel that gentle touch of the air on the exposed portions of your body. Now, as you inhale and exhale, notice the touch of the fabric of the clothing that you're wearing. Feel the touch of the clothing on your body. As you inhale, the body straightens up, the back straightens up, and as you exhale, the back relaxes a little and the back curves a little. Notice that with every inhalation and exhalation, the fabric of your clothing kind of rubs against your skin. Become aware of these minute movements of the fabric of the clothing on your skin. Now, once again, become aware of the breath entering the nostrils, going down the respiratory tract, coming up the respiratory tract, and out of the nostrils. Notice how the body straightens up as you inhale and curves a little as you exhale. gradually externalize the awareness, become aware of the sounds around you, maybe the fan rotating or the gentle buzz of the air conditioner or sounds of birds chirping, vehicles in the background. Rub your palms against each other, make them nice and warm. Once they're warm, place them on the closed eyes. Feel the warmth, gently massage your facial muscles and open your eyes. What did we do right now? Normally, we say that the senses distract us. Our sensory organs distract us because they keep on taking inputs from here and there, and it actually fluctuates our mind. But with this practice, very simple practice, we are actually focusing our senses onto some sensations in the body. And when that happens, automatically the external distractions kind of fade away, which means we are getting our mind inwards and getting our mind to focus on something. So we are actually using our sense organs and whatever we have as a part of the body to focus our mind and get it one pointed. And naturally, when it becomes one pointed, external distractions kind of gradually fade away. So that's the beginning of on the path of yoga, right? Now let us practice a few very simple asanas and once again bring that awareness into the practice and how it makes a difference when we practice things with awareness, right? Let us practice yoga mudra. I will demonstrate it once and then I will give you instructions and you practice it accordingly. So yoga mudra is stretching your hands in front. First, sit in a comfortable cross-leg position. Place your palms on the floor in front. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch forward, go down according to your capacity. And when I tell you to release, release. All right. So now you will follow my instructions. First, sit in a comfortable cross-leg position. Close your eyes. Become aware of your breathing. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch forward and go down according to your capacity. Keep going down according to your capacity. Wherever you can reach comfortably, that is where you need to reach. Now, gradually try doing what I tell you to do. Relax your fingers, relax your palms, relax the muscles in the forearms. Let your elbows drop down to the floor. Relax the upper arms. Relax your shoulder joints. Relax the shoulder blades. Relax the upper back. We are going to maintain this position for a slightly longer duration than what we normally do. Relax all the back muscles. Now notice that your shoulder joints get contracted a little intermittently. So consciously keep on relaxing your shoulder blades and shoulder joints and the muscles around that region. The moment you're able to do that, your entire back relaxes. Notice the tension at your thighs, knee joints. Consciously relax the thigh muscles, the muscles around the knee joints. Relax the calf muscles, ankle joints, toes. Relax the toes. Just let go. With every exhalation, try to relax the body more and more. Give up the effort of staying in the asana. Just focus on relaxing each and every muscle in your body, especially the shoulder muscles and all the back muscles. The moment you're able to relax the back muscles, the rest of the muscles will start relaxing. As your body relaxes, become aware of your breathing. As you breathe in, your abdomen comes out and presses against the inner thighs. And as you exhale, abdomen goes in and the body relaxes. Now notice that when you inhale, your abdomen comes out, presses against the thigh muscles, and the back muscles get a slightly extended stretch. And when you exhale, abdomen goes in, the back muscles also relax. Become aware of these subtle sensations within the body. Gradually start pulling your body up, drag your palms back along, try to get the body erect, keep your eyes closed, practice a round of palming, and then open your eyes in the darkness of the palms. What did we do here? We actually used our own body, all those muscles, to actually get our mind focused onto those muscles. And when that happens, automatically it starts getting one-pointed. So some fancy meditations are not required to become one-pointed. One can actually use our own body, and focusing on those sensations, we can kind of train our senses to disconnect, at least for the time being, from external disturbances. And that's what really going within means. That's what living in the present means, being aware of what you're doing. So Patanjali describes asana in a very simple manner. Stira sukham asanam. Anything that is stira and leads to sukha, which means anything that is stable and anything that leads to comfort is an asana. Once again, asana is a state. It is not the practice. That's the difference. That state in which you are stable and comfortable. That state in which your body is stable and is comfortable. What asana we do, Vakrasana, Yoga Mudra, Samakayasana, etc., are all the means to get the body into that position. Now, why does Patanjali describe it so simply? Because finally, the aim of yoga is to attain chitta vritti nirodha, to minimize the fluctuations of the mind and possibly reach a state where the mind stays stable, the chitta, individual consciousness stays stable, it does not fluctuate. So you start with your body by stabilizing your body, by getting into positions which you can hold stably and comfortably for longer durations of time when you start practicing maybe pranayama or advanced concentration practices. So asanas are meant to that. So remember, asana is a state where you maintain it stably and maintain it comfortably. And when we practice the asana, Patanjali says, prayatna shaitilya. Shaitilya means relaxation. Prayatna means effort. Relax the effort of staying in the asana. You may not be able to touch your forehead to your knees when you practice Paschimottanasana. Wherever you can reach, Patanjali says, hold it stably and comfortably and try to maintain that by getting your awareness inward, understanding which muscles are getting stretched, which muscles are getting contracted, and gradually the mind starts the journey on becoming one-pointed. Let us practice one or two more asanas and bring that awareness into that as well. Let us practice Vakrasana with a little deeper awareness. So I will demonstrate once. Vakrasana is the twisting pose, wherein I will practice it on one side and then give you instructions to be practiced on the other side as well. So folding the right leg such that your right foot is close to the left knee, right palm is behind your right hip such that your right foot, right hip, and right palm are in one straight line. Then taking your left hand across the right knee and trying to hold the big toe of the right leg and turning back, look back from the right side and hold the position. Now I will give you instructions. So get into this position, leg straight, fold the right leg, breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe out, twist to your right. Take your left hand across the right knee and try catching the right big toe. If you can't, maybe you can catch your ankle or just tug at the bottom of your track pants and look back from your right side. Now, close your eyes and feel all those sensations that are happening. First of all, notice the stretch at the upper back on the left side. Notice the stretch at the back of your right thigh from the right buttock extending up to the right knee. Feel these stretches. Feel the contraction at the right side of your lower back because you've twisted to the right side. Feel the stretch at the upper back on your left side between the shoulder blades and the spinal cord, spinal column. Now, become aware of your inhalation and exhalation. As you inhale, your abdomen comes out and presses against the right inner thigh. As you exhale, abdomen goes in. Now, as you inhale, your abdomen presses against the right inner thigh. And notice at that time, the stretch at the upper back on the left side increases when you inhale, and when you exhale, that stretch relaxes. Be aware of this over the next 2 to 3 rounds of breathing. Gradually open your eyes, turn your face in front, release that right big toe, take your left hand across to its normal position, stretch the right leg, and now turn on the other side. Fold your left leg such that your left foot is close to your right knee, left palm is behind your left hip such that the left ankle, left buttock, and left palm are in one straight line. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your right hand across the left knee. Try catching the left big toe with the right hand and turn your face back from the left side. Once again, Once you are stable in that position, feel the stretch at the upper back on the right side, this time between the right shoulder blade and the spinal column. Feel the stretch at the left buttock, extending up to the back of the left knee. Feel these stretches. As you inhale, your abdomen comes out, presses against the inner thigh of the left leg. As when that happens, the stretch on the right side of the upper back increases. When you inhale and when you exhale, that stretch relaxes. Be aware of all these sensations that are happening within your body. Gradually release that left big toe, take your right hand back to the normal position, turn your face in front, stretch the left leg, be relaxed. When you practice with awareness, it feels good. Not only the body relaxes, but your mind also becomes one-pointed, because throughout the practice, you attempted to keep your mind focused on those small little stretches and contractions that you felt within the body. So it is not necessary, once again, I repeat, some exotic practices of meditation to get your mind one-pointed. We can use our various body parts to make ourselves focused. So that's the awareness. When you bring the awareness into the practice, that's where our mind, internal awareness also starts expanding. Our reach to our consciousness within also starts getting deeper and deeper. Now let us look at the next stage of the 8 limbs of yoga, which is pranayama. Very loosely, we define pranayama as deep breathing. We define pranayama as the act of inhalation and exhalation. But Patanjali says, describes pranayama or defines pranayama as Shwasa prashwasayoho gati vichedaha pranayamaha. Shwasa prashwas is inhalation and exhalation. Gati vicheda means the movement. Gati is movement of speed. Vicheda means breaking of that speed. That means what he means pranayama is not the inhalation, not the exhalation, but the breaking of the movement of breath in and out, which means the lengthening of the pause in breathing. Now, pranayama, the word pranayama is made up of 2 parts, prana and ayama. Prana is the life force. Ayama means expansion or lengthening of the life force. So, shwasa prashwasayoho gati vichedaha pranayama means lengthening of the stay of the prana within the body. When will lengthening happen? When will the life force stay within the body more? When one is not breathing, not when one is inhaling and one is exhaling. When one is inhaling, you are taking in the life force. When you are exhaling the toxins, which is not required, and maintaining the necessary life force within. So Patanjali describes pranayama beautifully as that state when the prana in the body stays for a lengthened amount of time. That's when the expansion of awareness, internal awareness happens. So it is not the act of inhalation or exhalation. It is the act of lengthening of the staying of prana within. Now, how can one lengthen the duration of the prana staying within the body? For which you have to lengthen inhalation and lengthen exhalation so that the need for breathing of the body reduces. So to achieve that state, then the practices of deep and long inhalations and deep and long exhalations is a means to lengthen the pause or the cessation of breathing within the body so that you can maintain that life force, the cosmic life force within the body longer. So that's the state of pranayama. Pranayama is a state, once again. Like as I said, asana is a state. Pranayama is also a state in which the length or the duration of the prana staying within is enhanced. How this happens is by the practices that we normally define as pranayama. Inhalation, exhalation, long deep breathing, long exhalation. Those are the practices of pranayama, not the state of pranayama. Now, let us understand this by actually doing something. So, normally, the theory of pranayama says that your inhalation should be for 30 seconds and exhalation should be for 30 seconds. Now, that's the theory. It's very difficult for normal people like you and me to achieve that. Maybe we can breathe in for 7 to 10 breaths, exhale for 7 to 10 breaths. But that stage of 30 to 30 seconds, that means only one breath per minute, can be reached by practice, by long durations of practice. We may start with 5 counts inhalation, 5 counts exhalation. Gradually go to 6 counts inhalation, 6 counts exhalation. 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever we can reach. And it will not happen overnight. You will have to train your lungs and your body for it to happen over a period of time. So right now, let us practice, say, 7 counts in, 7 counts out. Let's practice it for 5 rounds. And then let us see if we can go to 8 counts in and 8 counts out for the next 5 rounds. If your normal capacity is breathing in 10 and exhaling 10, so go according to that for 5 rounds. Next, if your stable capacity is 10 counts, then try going to 11. Gradually you will increase. You will not increase every day. Every 15 days, maybe you can increase 1 count. The next 15 days, maybe you can increase another count. Then the body stabilizes. Going beyond that becomes difficult. Then that means that quantum jump has to happen, which needs a lot of practice. So right now, let us practice with 7 counts in, 7 counts out. Right? Sit in a comfortable position. Focus your awareness onto your breathing. Start inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now for the next 5 rounds, count 8 inhalations and 8 counts inhalation, 8 counts exhalation. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop the practice. Observe all the sensations within the body. All right. Now let us understand what is the purpose of prana within the body. The life force is what beats, makes our heart beat, makes our digestion go. Everything that happens within the body happens because of that life force. So it is important that that life force is circulated properly throughout the body. That's where the bandhas come in. So we will practice one simple bandha called as Mahabandha in a slightly different way. The bandhas are meant to regulate the flow of prana throughout the body. When somewhere the pranas get blocked, the prana gets blocked, that's the sign of some kind of an ailment or a disease. So when the movement of prana through the body is harmonized, we can overcome ailments, we can overcome diseases, or we can keep ailments and diseases at bay. Mahabandha is such a bandha which enables the opening of certain blockages of the energy channels within the body. So let us practice Mahabandha. You can catch the knees back straight. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Jalandhar Bandha, head down. Apply Mula Bandha first. And then apply Udyan Bandha by contracting your abdominal muscles. Hold according to your capacity. Relax Jalandhar Bandha, release Mula Bandha, and then release Udyan Bandha. We have practiced this a little differently from what is normally practiced. Once again, breathe in, hold breath, head down, apply Mula Bandha, slight contraction of the perineal region, and then contract the abdomen, take it in for Udyan Bandha. Head up, release Mula Bandha, release Udyan Bandha. One more time, breathe in, hold breath, head down, apply Mula Bandha, contraction of the perineal region, then contract the abdomen. Head up, release Mula Bandha, release Udyan Bandha. Now, what are we doing here? We're breathing in, holding the breath in. That is, we are taking in the life force, holding the life force within, then bending the head down by Jalandhar Bandha. You're blocking it inside. You're not allowing that prana to go up. Now, applying Mula Bandha, you're not allowing the prana to go out of the body through that opening there. And then you're applying the Udyan Bandha by contracting the abdominal muscles, which means you're applying internal pressure so that the blocked nadis or the blocked energy channels can be opened up, and ailments, diseases which arise due to the blocking of certain nadis and energy channels within the body get opened up, and the possibility of ailments and diseases is kept at bay. That's the logic of this Mahabandha. Applying Jalandhar Bandha first, then Mula Bandha, and then contracting the abdominal muscles, thus increasing the internal pressure. First, you block the prana within the body by applying Jalandhar Bandha and Mula Bandha, and then with Udyan Bandha, you enhance the pressure, thus forcing open certain energy channels which might have got blocked because of our lifestyle, because of mental stresses, etc., etc., etc. So that's the we started by inhalation, exhalation, by taking the life force in, and with this Mahabandha, we are ensuring that the life force goes uniformly or wherever is required in the right proportion throughout the internal body, thus achieving good health, mental harmony, physical harmony. All right. Now that we have spoken about that, let us focus our awareness on the most important nadi or the energy channel in the body, which is called the Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi is kind of synonymous with, runs parallel to the spinal column. So let's try to imagine the flow of prana through that, because it is said that once your prana starts flowing through the Sushumna Nadi, internal awareness starts fusing with external awareness, which means internal consciousness starts fusing with the external consciousness. So let's practice one simple practice to visualize that and try to start that process within ourselves as we move along the journey of the spiritual path of yoga. Sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Become aware of your breathing. Feel every inhalation and exhalation. Feel the touch of air going into the nostrils, down the respiratory tract, up the respiratory tract, and out of the nostrils. Now, become aware of the straightening of the body as you inhale and the relaxation of the body as you exhale. Notice how the spinal column becomes a little erect as you inhale and a little curved as you exhale. Now, visualize a hollow tube extending from the tip of your nostrils, going up to the forehead, and then connecting to the top of the spinal column and going down all the way to the spinal column. Visualize a hollow tube extending from the tip of your nostrils, going up the nostrils, connecting with the top of the spinal column and going down all the way to the base of the spinal column. As you inhale, visualize a bright light blue colored liquid rising up in that tube from the bottom to the top, up to your forehead. And as you exhale, visualize that liquid level dropping down in that tube. As you inhale, the level of the liquid rises up from the bottom to the top. And as you exhale, the level of the liquid drops from the top down to the bottom. Visualize that hollow tube. Visualize that hollow tube in your body with the liquid going up and down. Focus your awareness on the tube. Visualize the body surrounding the tube fading away. And gradually, only the tube remains in front of your closed eyes. As you breathe in, the level rises up in the tube. As you breathe out, the level falls down. Just the tube with that bright light blue colored liquid going up and down in front of your eyes. In front of your eyes, there is complete darkness, and only that tube with that bright blue colored liquid going, with the liquid rising up and down, synchronized with your breathing. Gradually, let that tube fade away from the front of your eyes. Visualize your entire body becoming erect with inhalation and relaxing with exhalation. Become aware of your surroundings. Practice a round of palming and then open your eyes in the darkness of your palms. Relax yourself. If you want to stretch your legs, do stretch your legs. What did we do just now? We visualize the movement of that life force in the most important nadi or most important energy channel in the body, which is the Sushumna nadi. We visualize that energy rising up, right up to our Agya chakra and from the Muladhara chakra. And that passage becoming clear. The more clear, the clearer that passage, the journey towards our spiritual destination gets hastened up. The journey towards good health also gets hastened up because you are regulating the pranic flow within the body. Now, having done this, let us try to experience the vibrations of the cosmos within us. So let's end with one very simple practice again. Please come back to our cross-leg position. Any comfortable cross-leg position. Eyes closed. Become aware of your breathing. Feel the touch of air entering the nostrils, going down the respiratory tract, up the respiratory tract, and out of the nostrils. Try not to let any inhalation or exhalation escape your awareness. Become aware of the touch of the floor at the bottom, or the touch of the chair if you're sitting on a chair. Visualize yourselves very firmly rooted in this position. Just the body expanding slightly with inhalation and relaxing with every exhalation. Visualize your body in front of your closed eyes. Expanding slightly with every inhalation and relaxing with every exhalation. Now, visualize your body to be completely hollow, complete void, complete darkness within. The skin is the only layer that separates your body from the external surroundings. Visualize the internals of your body as complete darkness, a complete void within the body. Just the skin separating the internals and the external surrounding. Once you have visualized that complete hollowness within the body, let us start chanting the universal mantra, Om. Breathe in. Let us practice medium chanting, medium paced Oms. Om, 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 Continue chanting for 11 more times, and then continue the chanting internally, visualizing the Om vibrating within the hollowness of your body. Continue for the next 2 minutes. Medium paced Oms first, and then internal chanting, visualizing the vibrating Om within your hollow body. Gradually, as you go into mental chanting, synchronize the chant with every breath. It becomes short, Om, Om, like that. But chant it internally, become one with the mantra Om in the hollowness of your body. Stop the practice, just feel those vibrations induced within the hollowness of your body. Just be still for maybe half a minute. Gradually visualize your body as a whole coming out of that hollowness of the body. Visualize the body becoming whole. Externalize your awareness. Become aware of the sounds around you, the touch of the floor underneath, the touch of the fabric of your clothing on your body. Practice a round of palming, and then gradually open your eyes within the darkness of your palms. Open your eyes. We've tried to go on a journey of the path of yoga, and in between, if you have experienced that state of stillness, then yes, maybe the morning was fruitful. And if you have experienced that, remember those occasions, that those split seconds when you actually felt that silence or that stillness, and then try to analyze what made you go into that state, what practice put you in that state. And that's the practice, that's the activity that suits you best. And try to repeat that so that we can lengthen those states of stillness. And that's when one can say that that's where we have achieved the state of yoga, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Thank you very much. Let's get on to chanting with our esteemed teachers from Ami Yoga. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Namaste. First we chant the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, Sankalpa for the mantra. The mantra is chanted for healing, energy, power, immunity, and strength. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sudhandim Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmokshiyamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sudhandim Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmokshiyamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sudhandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityurmokshiyamamritat. Next we chant the Gayatri mantra, Sankalpa for the mantra. The mantra is chanted for wisdom, inner clarity, intuitive knowledge, learning, perception, and opening the dormant doors of intelligence. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Now we chant the 32 names of Goddess Durga. Sankalpa. By chanting the names, we can overcome distress in life and experience peace and harmony. Om Durga, Durgarti Shamani, Durga
Virivarini, Durga Machedini, Durga Sadini, Durga Nashini, Durga Darini, Durga Nihandri, Durga Mapaha,
Durga Madhyanada, Durga Daitya Lokadavanala, Durgama, Durgama Loka, Durgamatma Swarupini, Durgamarga Pradha, Durgama Vidya, Durgama Shrida,
Durgamananda Samsthana, Durga Madhyana Basini, Durga Moha, Durga Maha, Durga Mata Swarupini, Durga Masura Samhandri, Durga Mayuda Dharini, Durga Mangi, Durga Mada, Durgamya, Durga Meshwari, Durga Bhima, Durga Bhama, Durga Ba, Durga Dharini.
Om Hari Om.